The lamps are going out all over Europe. We shall not see them lit again for a long time. That is a quotation from Sir Edward Grey, who was the British Foreign Secretary in 1914. He was Britain's longest serving Foreign Secretary and head of the Foreign Office at the time World War I broke out. Today is a very poignant day, at least in the United Kingdom, because this is the day that the UK entered World War I, a very sombre occasion. I've just watched a special commemoration from Westminster Abbey, and today across the country there was a campaign to encourage people to turn their lights off for 1 hour as a sort of poignant remembrance of this. My family took that up, and we've just watched the Westminster Abbey service, which was very moving. I don't intend to say very much in this video, unlike the last one. I know I said that in the last World War I video I made, and I actually spoke for quite a long time, but this time I really don't want to speak for very long. There's a lot in the press at the moment about it, and I saw an interesting article in the Eye today by Robert Fisk. He said, replace the poppies of Flanders with the sunflowers of Ukraine. Replace little Belgium with little Gaza. And basically he was making some parallels to today's world. A lot of today's focus has been on what way World War I should be commemorated, and what is the poignancy of 100 years ago, 36,500 days to put it that way. If it has any sort of relevance to today's world, if it has any sort of connection. I don't have anything particularly significant to say in this video, but I think it is right that we remember this event, and I think that when we reflect on war, we need to reflect on it very carefully. For me, it's something about getting a balance between remembering those who died and were injured. Let's not forget. I feel this is something that is sometimes overlooked. We often think about the men who were killed in the war, but we sometimes overlook the millions of men who were also horribly injured, sometimes horrible facial injuries, mental wounds. Shell shock for me is one of the most horrifying legacies of World War I, and the sort of images from hospitals in the early 20s, it's quite sinister really. But that's all I want to say really. There was a poignant moment yesterday when Francois Hollande and Joachim Gauck, the German president, embraced at a battlefield in Alsace. It's not the first time it's happened. There's been similar situations before, but it was quite a poignant moment. And I believe that this is something that Europe can be proud of, that we have achieved a situation whereby it's inconceivable for two European countries, two EU countries to go to war ever again. So whatever you think of the EU institution, that's a fact. So on this solemn day, I just want to remember those millions of men killed and wounded, and civilians as well, on both sides and on all fronts. World War I was a devastating conflict. At least 17 million perished, and it's something that shouldn't be forgotten. With the dust of time, of course, there's no veterans left today, but I think with the dust of time, it's going to get further and further back, but I don't think it will be forgotten, because in Britain especially, I'm not sure about other countries, but in Britain there's war memorials in every town and village. My city happens to have quite an impressive one that's quite dominant. It's a dominant landmark here in Sunderland. If you ever visit Sunderland, it's worth checking out in itself. It's actually quite a prominent landmark, and if you're interested in history, there's sort of stone plaques around, also commemorating other conflicts that Britain's been involved in, and local troops who have died in those conflicts. and it's not done in a politically charged way. It's just a remembering sort of way. So I'll leave it there. That's all I really want to say. But it was quite a moving event there. My family actually had a picture of a relative of ours who we believe was killed at the Battle of Passchendaele in 1917, also known as the Third Battle of Ypres. And I did find it a little bit moving, although I never knew the man. It was, yeah, a little bit poignant. So I'll leave it there. If you're British, did you watch the Westminster service? If you're not British, did your country commemorate this day or this week in any particular way? Please give me feedback. Thank you.